Hey guys, just wanted to talk to you guys today about the 2K14 crew mode that's been announced officially for the Xbox 360 and PS3. Just wanted to knock out a few things about what I think 2K14's crew mode is going to have, and how it compares to 2K13's Blacktop and 2K11's crew mode prior to the hackers that came out into the game and made that game so much fun to play. Sarcasm. But so I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about was if you guys have seen the crew game mode or gameplay. There are I think one or two videos out there. I've seen one of them with he had I think it was Ronnie 2K was playing it, and they had it in the background on a TV screen showing the 2K14 crew on that blacktop court. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was one thing I noticed in that blacktop game was or in that crew game, I guess. Was the fact that I guess stamina has been introduced into the 2K14 blacktop / crew mode, which is good because this was one of my major concerns. Actually, it still is, considering I still play 2K13 blacktop, but it was one of my biggest concerns in blacktop on 2K13 was that there was no use of stamina, and I know this may not sound like a huge issue, but it really is. Because in 2K13, that lack of stamina in blacktop mode, it allows for people to, I call them the run around 3-point shooters, who all they do is you bring in a 3-point specialist or anyone that's got a 99 3-pointer and is at least somewhat quick or super tall or both. And just all they do is they grab the ball, they run around the 3-point line until they get an open shot, and then they don't even have to be set. They can take a fall away, they can take a euro step, a hop step 3-pointer, and as long as they're open, that if you have a 99 3-pointer, you have 80% 90% chance of that going in. So it was one thing it's huge in 2K14. I hope is going to be huge in 2K14 is this introduction of stamina, because now I don't have to deal with trying to guard those kind of 3-point shooters. Those of you who play 2K13's blacktop mode quite frequently, either you are one of them or you've defended against one of them, and if you defended against one of them, you know how annoying it is to lose to a team, or rather one or two players, that all they do is they grab the ball and then they dribble until they get a wide open shot, and just fall away, fade away, euro step, hop step, whatever, and they make the 3-pointer, and it gets really annoying. You can't defend it because there's that half-second lag that can throw you off, and even then, if all they need is barely any space and they can sink it like they're Ray Allen. So this introduction of stamina, the reason why I believe stamina is going to be used in 2K14's crew mode is if you watch any of the gameplay videos, you'll notice that one or two guys are actually Gatorated, and that's not something that we had in 2K13's blacktop. So in 2K14's blacktop, it shows guys being Gatorated. It shows the stamina meter actually being used and actually going down. It's a pros and cons. There's a pros and cons list to that. The pros, I would say definitely now, people actually have to play smarter, because in real life, basketball is it's a running sport. You need stamina. I mean, it's not as maybe not as much cardio as you need for soccer, or you're constantly running, and if you don't have the proper stamina, if you're not in shape, then it gets harder to take shots, to make decisions, to contests, to stay in front of your man on defense, anything. And once you're out of shape and out of breath, it becomes tougher to do almost anything on the court. So I think this introduction of stamina is definitely going to be I think it's good. I personally think it's going to be good, because now it allows for teamwork instead of give it to Kobe and let him do whatever and sink every open shot that he gets. So now that Stamina's been introduced, you don't have to worry about some guy just taking a fadeaway three all the time or trying to dribble around the arc all the time and get an open shot, because by the time they get an open shot, they're going to be completely out of breath, and chances are they'll maybe not even hit the rim if they take a fadeaway or a hop step, a euro step three. So and that, like I said, that was one of my biggest concerns with 2K13, and now that they're introducing stamina, at least what I think they're introducing stamina, I think it'll be very helpful for making team play, or emphasizing team play in a crew mode. The bad thing though is, I'm wondering how exactly, like, are there going to be, when your guys get tired, like, are there going to be subs, or are you going to be allowed to bring in some other guys, or like do you get to recruit some like actual NBA players as bench players, and in case your my player gets too tired, that you can bring in a bench player, or do you get to call timeouts, or I don't know. I mean, if it's still going to be the same, first to 21 thing, then I guess there would be enough stamina to last to the first to 21 game. But it depends on how good the teams are facing each other. I mean, you could be there for a long time if both teams are really good on defense, and you both get tired, like around 15 points, 16 points each, and everyone's Gatorated or something. So I don't know how that's going to work, but it'll be interesting to see how stamina is going to change the way that crew mode is going to be played in 2K14. So the second thing I want to talk about was, if you notice in the gameplay videos or the gameplay trailers, crew mode is current gen only, I guess, which I don't know why. I have no clue why they're putting it current gen only. I haven't seen anything anywhere that says we're only doing current gen because of blah blah blah. I'm not a game developer. I mean, I aspire to be a game designer, but that's aesthetics. I'm not one with the programming and development and all that. So I don't know if maybe current gen or 2K couldn't make crew mode or develop crew mode for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. But so I guess if you buy the copy for the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, you'll have crew mode. If you decide to wait until Xbox One and the PS4 come out and you buy it for them, I guess you're not going to have crew mode. Not sure if they're going to make or add an update where they can make 2K14's crew mode available for next gen, or if it's going to be like later, maybe it'll be announced before the Xbox One and PS4 come out. I don't know, but as of right now, it's current gen only, which is, it sucks. But I mean, now I don't have to wait a month to start playing 2K14's crew mode, because now I'm kind of forced to buy it for my Xbox 360. So, so yeah, I guess there's that. I don't know if they're gonna have an update for it for next gen, but as of now, I guess it's only current gen. So, those of you who want to play crew mode and you're looking to get it for the next gen, you're out of luck as of now. So, third thing I want to talk about, read this on a GameSpot and an IGN article. I guess 2K is introducing. I also saw LeBron James retweet this from 2K, but I guess they're introducing a Pro Stick control, or a new Pro Stick system. And it allows players to quote, make flashy passes with deadly accuracy. So I would assume that Pro Stick is going to give you LeBron-esque passing abilities, or Steve Nash-esque passing abilities. Make the no-look passes, or the around the backs, or between the legs, while making it a pinpoint pass. And those of you who've seen LeBron, throughout his years with the Miami Heat, his passing ability, it's ridiculously good. I mean, before I even thought LeBron was a good passer, I thought Steve Nash. I do think Steve Nash is a great passer. I think he's one of the best point guards, if not the best or smartest point guard in the league. But LeBron James just surpasses that passing ability that Steve Nash has. I mean, every time LeBron makes a pass, it's almost straight into the shooter's pocket. Makes the three-point shooters like Ray Allen and Mike Miller, makes their job a lot easier. His ability to pass it to somebody down low in the post without throwing it off someone's leg, or the receiver fumbling the ball or anything. if this pro stick system is, gonna allow for you to make those LeBron kind passes, then I think it'll make passing and the whole passing game a lot more fun and a lot better than what 2K13 has. Because for someone like me, I like to pass. I'm a pass first kind of guy. I love dishing out assists, and it's fun to get a flashy pass. I mean, you get a flashy pass at, it's just great. You see a flashy pass that converts into a 3-pointer, or it converts into a slam dunk. It gets your team going mostly. I mean, you get that kind of a level of passing going. It becomes contagious, and eventually your team starts getting into it, and it just the passing and the teamwork and the ball movement just starts to flow. So I think this pro stick ability, I think it'll be nice. The theory, I guess, of how it'll work, I'm not really sure. I guess it's one of those, you have to have a passing kind of player in order to make pro stick passes. So I'm assuming, like, if you have like let's say a small forward with not very good passing ability and more of a defensive small forward or something, if you try to use the pro stick on a lower passing ability, I think it makes the likelihood of whoever's receiving it to either like catch it and fumble it a little bit, or catch it outside the shooter's pocket, or catch it behind them on a cut or anything like that, or it makes the likelihood of throwing it straight into a defender and turning it over, or throwing it off someone's leg or anything. I think just in general, you're trying to use a pro stick with the lower passing ability, I believe is going to make for it's going to make that passing like really risky, and it probably won't work out too well. I think, though, if you bring in, use it with, like a passing point guard or a passing small forward, if you're like me, I'm a point forward in 2K13, have somebody that has got like a 95 or a 99 pass and his like dimer 3 on, I think that pro stick will allow you to just, I think, in comparison to 2K13, there were some passes in 2K13 that I wish, in 2K13 that should be made. Like a rifle pass into the post, or a pass to a somebody like cutting, or not cutting, on the fast break, going to a spot in the corner on the wide open 3. Sometimes that pass is either goes over their head, or they fumble it out of bounds or something like that. I think that pro stick will give you the ability to make those those pinpoint passes that if you're good enough at passing, and if you're the passing lanes, the rhythm of passing, you always see those passing lanes that nobody else sees. You also make your timing is pinpoint. I think that pro stick will allow you to make those pinpoint passes that you couldn't make in 2K13. Like in 2K13, you saw somebody wide open in the post, your guy, even if you you're as quick on the icon passing as I am, or as any other passing player is in the game, if you're as quick on the icon, or that quick on the icon passing, and you see somebody down low in the post, your guy doesn't throw a rifle pass. He just he throws a pass down low, but either the guy catches, or the receiver catches it and fumbles it a little bit, or he doesn't expect it at all, and it fumbles out of his hands and out of bounds, or your guy throws it too slow and the defense gets right in front of it, and you can't make that you turn it over or whatever. So, I mean, that was one of the biggest issues in 2K13 for me, was just seeing somebody that was open, but it was like a half-second window that you can get that ball through. But the only way that ball could go through is if you rifled it through. And on top of that, the receiver had to be ready for it, and they never were. So, I'm hoping that this pro stick ability is allows for those rifle passes to be made, for those half-second windows to be taken advantage of, and to get like those cutting dunks and those wide open threes and the wide open jump shots. So it's going to be interesting to see how the pro stick works out. But I mean, if it's done right, I believe it's going to help make passing a lot more fun, and a lot more usable than just throwing it straight into a defender and watching him turn it over, or the receiver fumbling it or whatever. So it'll be nice to see how the pro stick works out. I hope it'll be a great advantage for point guards and point forwards in the game. So crew mode in general, I guess. most of what I think, it's kind of the same as those of you who subscribe to Chris Smooth. I've watched his video about his take on the crew mode, and I agree with him. You know, about the things he said in there. First of all, there's, you know, you'll notice that there's a logo in the background on the crew lobby, which means, I guess, you know, for your own crew you can make your own logo. But they were playing on a blacktop setting. So one, that blacktop court, that's the same court that we have in 2K13. You know, the rooftop court from 2K13. Makes me wonder, you know, are they sticking to strictly blacktop, or you know, are they going to add the arena setting and atmosphere into the game, or, you know, how's it going to work? I mean, you know, I guess if it's going to be blacktop, you know, what they were showing in their video was 3-on-3. If it's 5-on-5, which is confirmed, 5-on-5 has been confirmed officially, is it still going to be half court, or do you have the ability to go full court? You know, if it's going to be blacktop, are there going to be more blacktop settings, or is it just going to be the same old rooftops and Harlem maps, or are they going to add in blacktop and arena settings? You know, I don't know. We'd really like, you know, for them to add a lot more than just, you know, 2 blacktop settings that we've got in, or 2, blacktop courts that we have from 2K13. I mean, if that's the only course that they're going to have in 2K14, that's a lazy move. I mean, you bring crew mode back, which is the single most requested game mode for 2K14. You're gonna have to add more than just, you know, 2 extra or 4 extra players into the game to have the 5-on-5 plus a logo. Like, you know, you need to add more. You need to add courts. You need to, you know, give it an arena setting. Allow us to wear jerseys with their logo on it. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but I mean, that Chris Smooth also said that too in his video. You know, he wants the you know, the jerseys that you can have with your logos on it, which would be nice. It'd be cool. But you know, from what they showed in the video, it was just the same, you know, just the same old blacktop attire, and I guess you can all equip, you know, your guys with the same outfit until you don't, you know, mess up or mix it up with the other team or anything. But so I mean, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see if they stick to blacktop setting only, or if they're going to introduce arenas and crowds into it, and how, you know, the functionality, and also, like, is crew mode. I mean, I know crew mode is going to have leaderboards now, but, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if they add like an in-depth stat tracker that allows you to, like, you know, track your stats for, you know, like assists per. I mean, they had that in 2K13, but it wasn't really. It was kind of iffy. It wasn't really done right. It was. I mean, they still haven't fixed the whole assist per game thing in the 2K13 matchup loading screen, where it's like assist per game, and both sides said 0. So, and plus, I don't think a 2.1%, well, not 2.1%, I guess it's 210% 3-point shooting ability is possible. So, I hope they fix the stat tracking in 2K14 and make it more in depth and more, you know, like more defined and more organized to see, you know, how everyone's doing, how everyone in your crew's doing, how other crews are doing, how well they are in terms of their passing ability, or the 3-point shooting ability, rebounding ability, blocks, defense, you know, all that. So I really hope, I mean, if crew mode, you know, it's been, like I said, the single most requested game mode for 2K14, they ought to, you know, put some time and effort into it. So, I mean, I really hope that crew mode does turn out to be a lot better than it has been in 2K11, 2K10, back in you know, well, in comparison to 2K13's blacktop, oh, it's better than that. So we'll see. You know, I'm looking forward to crew mode. We'll see how that works out. And then just side notes. I guess they're adding additional signature skills to the My Player settings, or My Player abilities and attributes. So. They haven't been announced yet what they're adding, but it'll be nice to see what they add. And then I guess they have, one thing that I noticed was they have, to quote, there's a branching ability for dribbling, or a new branching system for dribbling. So I guess that means, you know, it's going to make doing a crossover to a behind the back a lot more smooth, or, you know, they're stringing together multiple moves in one smooth motion, and the transitions are flawless, and, you know, it doesn't look too jerky or anything. You know, it'll be nice to see, like, maybe to have, like, combination like combination moves and things like that. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how that works out and what this whole ranting system is going to be for dribbling. And I guess last thing, well, I guess they added. I guess 2K14 is going to have more than 3,000 new animations, which you know, I guess that'll. Oh, I guess yeah. I guess one cool thing that reminds me. One cool thing I like to hear. I heard about 2K14 and have seen. It's been confirmed and everything. And now you can block dunks. So you know, if you guys have watched the NBA Finals this past 2013 season, you know everyone knows or everyone's seen the LeBron block on Thiago Splitter. And I mean, if you're gonna be able to get blocks like that on people trying to dunk like that, I think that'll add a whole new dimension to playing defense and to blocking somebody. The new blocking animation and system that they had in 2K13, it was good. It wasn't super great, but it was better than 2K12's. The 2K13 system was kind of I mean, people would want to put on a racer because they wanted to swat the ball away, but even then, when you had a racer on, you wouldn't always get some ridiculous swat that sends it into the third row. But I mean, there was still some good. The blocking system in 2K13 was good. So in 2K14, now that they're adding blocking dunks into the game, I think it'll be a lot more fun to see my player go up and go for the tomahawk slam, but somebody else comes up and just stuffs them in at the apex of their dunk and throws them back in the ground, or watches them or just swats the ball away completely and they slam air into the rim. So so I guess part of the 3,000 animations, most of them are probably going to be the ability to block dunks, but I mean, still though, 3,000 animations, that'll make for not having to see the same crap over and over and over like we see in 2K13. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the game works out aesthetically, and if it's going to look a lot better than 2K13, or how the animations are going to work, all that kind of stuff. So so I mean, guess that's my take on the 2K14 crew mode and the first impressions of what I've seen so far and what I've read through. I think it's going to suck that it's not going to come out for the next gen, at least as of now. But even then, though, I'll probably still get it for current gen anyway. And as long as they prevented the hackers and prevented people, now with the stamina, they can prevent people from making like a 7-foot 3-point shooter that tries to run around the 3-point arc and take a shot. He'll be too tired by then to take a shot and make it, or just the run around 3-point shooters that just dribble the ball all the way around the 3-point arc until they get an open shot. All of that, I hope, with the introduction of stamina, that's going to be reduced, and with this virtual currency, they've mostly gotten rid of hackers. Actually, it might have, I don't know, maybe completely got rid of them. I haven't seen any 25-foot Kevin Durant in 2K13 Blacktop. So so I'm looking forward to crew mode. I sort of have high hopes, but I've never tried to, because you should always go in with lowest expectations, really, so you're not completely disappointed. So but I mean, crew mode in general, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun. Me and my friends have been looking forward to it, and we've been planning out like how we're gonna play, what our positions are, blah blah blah. So so I guess that's that. If anything else is been announced or anything, I might do another commentary video on it and see what all my impressions are about what's coming out and any updates and all that kind of stuff for 2K14. So until then, this is MLinks. I will talk to you guys later. See you guys in the 2K14 crew mode.